A Black executive perspective now presents Need to Know with the award-winning hyphenated Dr. Nsenga Burton. Dr. Burton, what do we need to know?
Good afternoon and welcome to Need to Know with Dr. Nsenga Burton. I am she. And today I am talking about an African American proverb called "Don't start none, won't be none." Of course, you know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the man, that man, as Elizabeth says, that man in the White House who continues to just poke the bear, throw stones, hide his hands, all the things. I'm talking about the tariffs. Now, see, this is what we've been talking about. Actually, we've been talking about this since before 47 came into office. It's like, do you remember the chaos? Do you remember the constant, back and forth, the flip-flopping, all of those things? Well, they're back for a second term. And in this case, it's with the tariffs and 47 making threats based on power that he does not have. Right. In the same way that he's been making just all these proclamations, signing all of these documents that the judges, right, the courts are saying, actually, that's power that you do not have. So again, people have elected him thinking that he can do all the things that he said he's going to do. Now he's going to try. But can he actually do them with the three branches of government that are in existence to have checks and balances, and then the judicial branch of the government that is really there, for the guardrails. Now, whether or not he listens to the judicial courts or to the judicial branch, I don't know why I keep getting tongue tied on that. That's another story. But what I am tripping over is this back and forth with the tariffs with Mexico and Canada and China. And then, okay, yeah, we're gonna put these tariffs on you at 25% for this. And then Canada comes back with, okay, we won't sell you liquor and we're gonna put tariffs on you at 100%. They're not going like 50%, 75%, 30%, like we're on, the Price is Right or something. You go up like 10 points to see if you can get over and get to the wheel or whatever. No. They're like, oh, okay, you want to do that? Okay, I'll see you 100% tariffs on something you absolutely need. And keep playing with us. We're going to turn off your electricity. So I think that 47 is writing checks that he cannot cash. That's not unusual for him. That's why he has all those felonies. But I think what we need to know today is that if you are not in place, right? If you are not in a place where you can deliver on what you are promising, you probably shouldn't do it. If someone is minding their business, i.e. Canada, i.e. Mexico, they've been minding their business pretty much, right? If they're minding their business, don't go poking the bear. And don't go starting something that you cannot finish. The United States, yes, is a world power. The United States thinks it's the world's strongest power. If we keep on doing the things that we're doing, that is not going to be the case. It probably isn't anymore anyway. If you look at, depending on which category you're analyzing, right? Education, for example, it's a hell no. We are not the leading place where you want to be educated, right? And we can talk about other things too. But what you need to know is if you don't have the power to do it, stop saying that you're going to do it. All right. Don't start none, won't be none means where people are minding their business, leave them alone. When people are not doing anything to you, leave them alone. Don't be an agitator or an instigator. Now, if you got to defend yourself, that's something completely different. Somebody comes at you first and you're defending yourself, which is what Canada is doing, which is what Mexico is doing, which is what China is doing. That's something else. They're defending themselves against us. They're defending themselves against 47. That's a different story. So, as the African American proverb goes, don't start none and won't be none. When people are minding their business, leave them alone. When people are not messing with you, leave them alone. Stop trying to start fights as a distraction from all the other terrible things that you're doing. And please stop doing things and then going back and saying, oh, you know what? We're going to extend it another 30 days. Oh, we're not going to do that. Oh, you know what? We're going to have to go back and think about that a little bit more. That means you didn't think about it in the beginning. You hadn't thought about it at all before you started throwing out these cards that you don't have a hand. So we don't want the flip flopping 47 back. It looks like we're going to get them back. But what I want people to know, and this is what you need to know, don't go places acting like you got power that you don't have, because someone will call your bluff. That someone today is Mexico, Canada, and China. And then what? You got to tuck in your tail and go back and say, "Ooh, let me figure this out. Let's go back and think about this. Maybe we can work this out." What? So you can pretend to be a problem solver when you're a problem starter? No, thank you. No, thank you. So what you need to know is, don't start none, won't be none. Leave people alone who aren't doing anything to you and going about your business. All right. And that is Dr. Nsenga. And thank you for joining us, and join us next week for a Black Executive Perspective podcast, the award-winning A Black Executive Perspective podcast. And of course, for another Need to Know with Dr. Nsenga Burton. Have a wonderful day. And remember, whatever you do, mind your business.
A Black Executive Perspective.